Hello, Bl'Artagnan here with the Ice Reaper Lufenia for Kurasame's Lost Chapter, bringing a team of Garland, Golbez, and Dark Knight Decil. Opening up with Garland and the LD here. I just got back from my vacation, and which is why I didn't post a video for Layle event. I synergy stomped it and then ended up going back and I did a TCC challenge with Cloud Ramza and Decil, but like it was kind of a fiasco. Ended up going to 90 turns. I just was really kind of like, ugh, this is gross, so didn't end up posting it, even if I did submit it to the challenge. This fight is a lot less hoop jumpy than the Layle fight was. You might even say it's easy. I know it's verboten to say that word, but if you bring someone like Garland, I mean, if you bring an all-delay team, you're probably going to have a pretty solid time here. The orb is pretty forgiving, being a pure delay orb, no ice mechanics like the last one. And I was certain they were going to do some kind of bullshit at HP thresholds, but it turns out that if you're zero-turning them with a bunch of delays, they don't actually, like, I think they get a Brave Battery that goes into effect on their turn, so if you just don't let them have a turn, it's like, okay, well, that was easy. And that informs part of the decision-making I had here, which is I assumed that once they went below 80, they were going to go into that weight mechanic thing, where they take reduced damage until they're launched. The launch requirement is why I brought Dark Knight Decil, actually. Well, that and because I wanted to live my dream of having an all-armored doofus team, so here we have it. He does synergize very well with Garland insofar as he launches and Garland delays and launch, so that's cool. As you can see in effect here. And, I mean, you know, he brings the HP damage up, or HP damage up on his LD, so it's all good. So here I'm trying to decide, is it time to, what do we do? Let's EX. Yeah, he's at full battery. Why not? Let's hit the button. So yeah, I actually ended up bluing Golbez while I was away. I've been having so much fun with him that I was like, you know what? I'm probably going to try to bring him through as many stages as I can. So let's make him as powerful as possible. He takes advantage of it. You know, Blue and Golbez is a bit of a meme because the whole, using Blue Golbez to farm Alexander thing, and then, Black Cloud and had Buyer's Remorse with it and all that, but I figure I'll end up using the character a bunch. I just enjoy using him, so that's the thing. With the blue armors, my philosophy is, step 1, do they take advantage of it? And step 2, is it a favorite? That's kind of my mental math, which is why I blued Strago, but I didn't blue Bartz, even though I like Bartz more than Strago. There you go. What else we got going on here? We are bringing in Garland now. I meant to talk more about the gameplay in this, but, well, actually you can see there, bringing in the friend Garland removed his, because I didn't LD, he didn't have the speed debuff, and it actually screwed up the break order there. So I'll have to do some finagling to get us out of that. Granted, with both Golbez, your burst phase, and the summon still waiting to be used, I think we're going to be okay. But because I like having my cake and eating it too, I'm going to be trying to position myself so I can use the Golbez burst once Garland has used his LD here, and then Golbez burst before we go into the summon. So luckily, it turns out both Dark Knight Decil's LD and his EX are actually single target, so I can avoid messing up the break order despite having run out of C65 skills using his EX and his LD. And that gives me what I need to reset the break order into a favorable kind of, you see pushing back and all that. That's something I think that is taken for granted of when talking to new players and stuff, is keeping an eye on the enemy's Brave, and if they have 3,000 to 4,000, assuming they're going to unbreak next turn, using stuff like AAs for single target skills to let them break in the order in a way so that you can continue manipulating when their turns come up the way you want it. I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, I don't think I'll do a video on that, but someone who isn't me maybe should do a video on that, just kind of explaining how that works to people so that they can, actually, speaking of which, you're about to see me make a mistake. I shouldn't have summoned there. I should have used his LD first, because the summon's Brave hits are random, so you actually, I don't know if you noticed, it hit B then A, and ended up breaking them out of order, so I missed out on a break delay there. But it's okay. We have Garland, we have a summon phase, we're going to be fine. We're going to chuck snakes at them. Look at this animation, by the way. I feel like they upgraded it or something. I don't remember that big giant column of black awesomeness being in there. That sounds kind of dirty. I don't know. If you're still watching this far, let me know if you think that's dirty or not. That'll be a fun little game we can play between you and me. It'll be our little secret. All right, so yeah, Garland and Golbez BT buddies are like my favorite pairing to use because the amount of damage Golbez starts putting out at the end of the fight is kind of insane because he just starts chucking his spare LDs. I don't know if you noticed, he did 1 million damage combined on that the LD that he used in the summon. A little bit less here because we are no longer in the summon, but it felt good to do. Suffice to say, this is kind of closed out at this point. Using our last LD here with the last turn of the burst effect. Much less damage without the Garland burst in play, given that we aren't using any supports on this team. We're all, it's all, I mean, the closest thing we have to a support, I guess, is the combined effects of Cecil's LD and Garland's defense down aura. Anyway, there we go. That was a bit of a... That was nice, it's nice to come back from vacation to a very easy Lufenia that we could just kind of stomp through. I know I'm not supposed to say easy, but come on, let's be real. If you bring Garland to this fight, it's not challenging. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I forgot to do the whole subscribe and like shill. Well, anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Adios.